Hello. Welcome to Trauma Talks, okay, live. Okay, today we are at wait, sorry, week 8. Sorry, you guys, week 8. Why small things trigger you? Why small things trigger you? Okay, all right, so we're at week 8 of our 26-week long marathon. Okay, all right, and yeah. So, have you ever, you guys, have you ever reacted to something really, really small, and you thought later, why did I react that way? Why did I react that way? Okay, what's wrong with me? Okay, all right. So, have you ever done that? Why did I react like that? Why did that bother me so much? That's what we're going to cover today on our Trauma Talks live. Okay, this week. All right, so you guys get ready, get ready, get ready. All right. All right. I have so many questions for you when it comes to this topic. Okay. And guess what? I'm open to your questions as well. Okay. My name is Crystal Boo. I am a licensed clinical social worker and I am a trauma recovery coach and we do this every week. We're gonna be doing it for the next 26 weeks. We're going live and we're really getting in there and getting the blueprint for success for 2026. Okay. So you guys think about that for 1 minute. Okay. Have you ever reacted to something small and you later thought, why did I respond like that? Okay. Why did that bother me so much? Okay. Someone didn't text me back, okay? It ruined your mood and sometimes even ruined your whole day, okay? All right, even just threw you completely off from where you were, okay? All right. And I know I've been there before. All right. And you want to know, why do I do that? All right. So this is the time where you get to ask me questions because I go live and you get to, we get to work together as a team to help you figure this all out. Okay. So if someone didn't text you back and you got upset, you're in the right place. Okay. I want to talk to you about it. Okay. All right. A simple correction from someone and you felt so disrespected. Okay. Hurt. You shut down. All right. Mm, that's it. And you tell yourself, I'm doing too much. You know you're doing too much. You know this is not normal behavior that you're seeing in yourself. Okay? All right. So, but what if I told you guys, you know, that you're not just doing too much, okay? Your nervous system is remembering too much. Your nervous system is actually remembering way too much, you guys. All right. Way too much. Okay. All right. So let's get into it today. All right. So welcome to Trauma Talks Live. And my name is Crystal Booth. So today we're going to talk about why these small things are triggering you. Okay. And causing these huge, gigantic reactions from you. And you don't really understand what's really happening here. You know? And you need to hear this really clearly, you guys. Okay. This is not about, being dramatic. Okay, it's not about being dramatic, you guys. It's about your brain trying to protect you from what it perceives as danger. And even though the brain may not actually be in danger, sometimes it perceives it's in danger. And it's a reason why that's happening. So that's what we're going to talk about today, all right, in the live. Okay, so I want you guys to get your pen and your paper, get ready, okay? I'm ready to help you guys really, really get into this and really understand what's going on. Why is your brain protecting you in this way? All right. Triggers are not about the present moment. That's the number one thing you need to realize when we talk about triggers, that they're not about the present moment, okay? All right, they're about unresolved past experiences, okay? That's what it's about, okay? Stored, guess where? In the nervous system. That is where your triggers are stored, in the nervous system, okay? All right, so let's talk about this. Your reaction is not random, you guys. You have to excuse me. I'm having a little problem with my nose right now. Just give me a second. Mm. try not to drink too much coffee because sometimes if you drink too much coffee, it dries out your throat. You don't have a, you're like, why is my throat so dry? Okay. All right. So let's get into it. It's a pattern, you guys. It's a pattern. It's a learned pattern. Okay. So, and guess what? Even though it seems like it makes no sense, it actually makes all the sense in the world while you're doing that. Okay. All right. So let's get into the neuroscience as to why this is happening to you. Okay. Because I know you want to get a handle on this. Okay. Once and for all. Okay. All right. So get your pen and paper because I'm going to explain to you why this is happening. Okay. And hopefully that's going to help you. That's going to help you let go of some of the shame, hopefully let go of, feeling bad about that and really start to see where you need to fix this. Okay. All right. So how to fix it, we'll get into that where and how. Okay. Both actually. Okay. So let's break this down simply. Okay. But really, really powerfully. Okay. The brain doesn't track time. Okay, under stress. Okay, the brain doesn't track time well under stress. It doesn't track it like that. Okay, the amygdala scans, like I said, for danger. Okay, so the amygdala is scanning for danger. It matches the current situation to, guess what? The past pain. That's what you need to write down. Okay, if you're gonna write down anything, remember the amygdala. Guess what? It attaches or it matches. That's a better word. I like matches better. It matches the past pain to the current situation. That's what you're dealing with here. Okay. So when something feels familiar, remember, your brain reacts as though it's happening again. So that's what you need to realize. Okay. So it's matching the current situation to the past pain. Okay. Yes. To the past pain. Okay. All right. Because guess what we have? We have what you call an implicit memory. Okay. And an implicit memory, guess where it's at? It's in the body. It's in the body. Okay. You have an implicit memory and it's stored in the body. Okay. So the past circumstances are stored in the body and your body is reacting to that. Okay. You cannot consciously remember the original pain. Imagine that. So you're not realizing that this past situation actually has all to do with past pain. You're not really realizing that at the time, okay? Because you don't the memory is not there necessarily. Sometimes it is, but in a lot of cases it's not. All right? So it's implicit memory. It's memory that's stored in the body. Okay? All right? So it's going to be a good one, you guys. I hope you get your pen and paper because this is really going to help you start to thrive in 2026, okay? Because you're going to be able to get through all the minutia in life and start to really, start to get your wins, okay? Because you deserve it, all right? All right, so let's continue, okay? So your body does remember it. Your mind, but your mind might forget. Guess what? It's stored in the body. Okay, I don't know if you've ever heard of a book called The Body Keeps Score, but it really does keep score on a cellular level as to what happened to you in the past. And guess what? If a circumstance feels like the past, your body is remembering it as though it's currently happening at that moment, even though consciously you're not even aware of this that this happened to you in the past. You may not even be consciously aware. Okay, so maybe you were, example, being ignored, childhood emotional neglect. Okay, that's what that is. So that's the trauma, childhood emotional neglect. But someone's ignoring you right now. Guess what? It feels like it's happening in the present moment. Guess what happens? That trigger rises at that moment. Okay, so being corrected. Someone might correct you. Yeah, they might tell you you're doing something wrong. They may do it even in a nice way. They may even say, "Oh, guess what? I want to tell you something." They may be very gracious, very loving with it, but it still brings up some kind of way feeling inside of you. Okay? All right. So this is really important. Okay. Criticism. Maybe someone criticized you in the past. Maybe your dad yelled at you. Maybe your mom criticized you. So as soon as you hear anything critical, anything you did wrong, guess what it's going to do? It's going to bring you back to that moment because again, it's an implicit memory. It's not in the necessarily in the mind, definitely not in the conscious mind. It's probably in the unconscious mind, but it's definitely in the body, okay? So that's what we're talking about today, okay? It's all the way deep in the unconscious brain and in the body. So you're reacting to something you have probably no memory of. Or if you do have memory of, you're not equating this current situation to the past situation. Okay? All right. So, silence. Someone might be being silent, not talking. They're just not talking. They're not saying anything to you. Abandonment fear. Maybe someone abandoned you in the past. Okay? We're going to get it done today. We're going to get it done today. Okay? Remember what I told you? 2026 is a year for you. 2026 is a year that you heal. So now everything that God has for you, everything that you've been waiting for, everything that you've been so excited about, that's been prophesied about you, that's been said about you, that you know about yourself, it can happen. But guess what? If these old past triggers and all this old past stuff from the past starts to come up, guess what? It sabotages that. Okay? It puts that on hold. Still there, but you can't really access it until we're able to get over this. And that's why we're doing this 26-day blueprint. So you can get where you want to go in life. Because guess what? It's possible to get there, but there's some things that need to get out of the way so you can do that. Okay? All right. So, okay. So that's what we call, a lot of people say, you're overreacting. In reality, you kind of are. However, it's a reason why you're overreacting or reacting the way you are or being triggered. There's a reason for that, okay? So let's continue. It's actually your nervous system choosing a survival strategy. Like, I have to protect myself. Someone is dangerous. Someone's abandoning me. Okay? Someone's ignoring me, right? Okay? Someone's abandoning me, ignoring me. Someone is criticizing me. Okay? Because in the past, you were criticized. But you're currently not being criticized, but it feels like you're being criticized, okay? All over again, okay? So let's get into this, okay? So the nervous system's response, you guys, all right, guess what's gonna happen? And we talked about this last week. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response, okay? All right, so either you're gonna start getting angry and defensive or controlling. That's the fight response, angry or controlling. Okay, you're gonna get defensive. If you go into that mode, your nervous system is in fight response. Okay, even though this is something that happened so long ago, and it may not even actually be happening right now. It may have happened before, okay? Or you might go into, excuse me, flight. You start overthinking, you go over it in your head and over it, and you're thinking about it, and you still see yourself thinking about it the whole week. Okay? That is flight. Or you get extremely anxious, really, really anxious. You feel so anxious. That person makes me feel anxious. They made me feel anxious. They made me feel some type of way. You know the kind of way, but I'm just giving you an example. So that you'll say that to yourself, and you're wondering why you can't just let it go. Even if the person comes back and apologizes, your nervous system is already taken over. You can't even receive the apology. You can't even forgive the person for possibly offending you in some way. And that's because you are reacting, okay, in a way that is part of your nervous system. You're reacting from your nervous system's response to this situation. Okay. So another thing is freeze. You just, maybe when something like this happens, you shut down for a week or two at a time. If it really, really isn't, if your nervous system really gets damaged or feels the damage or is alerted to danger or damage, guess what? You're going to see yourself shut down. Oh, I want you to talk. You just talk about it. Let's just go over it. You don't want to talk about it. You're in absolute freeze response. Nervous system is offline. Okay. You can't reach this person. Okay. You can't reach them because, if it's you, you can't, no one can reach you because you're in your trauma response at that moment. Okay. All right. And guess what? You're not doing anything wrong. You're doing what your body was naturally designed to do. In reality, however, is doing something based on incorrect data. Okay. So we can get into that later. Okay. And then the fourth one, which I told you guys I would bring it up, which is the fawn response. Okay. So the fawn response is as soon as something like that happens, you go into, okay, let me see who I need to take care of. Let me see who I need to people please. Let me see who I need to, because, some danger, something bad is going to happen to me. Okay. Okay. If this is you, I want you to get real today. This is the time to get real. This is the time to really, really see where you are when it comes to these trauma responses. Okay, all right. So what you call overreacting, or what a lot of people call overreacting, is actually your nervous system choosing survival strategy. Okay, fight, flight, freeze, or the lesser known fawn response. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Take that in. Just pause for a minute. Take that in. Everything's going to be okay. Okay? So, real life stuff. This is real life stuff. Okay? So, this is where you slow down. Okay? This is where you slow down. Okay? Someone doesn't respond to your text. This is what you got to do. This is what it looks like. They're ignoring me. You might say something to yourself like, they're ignoring me. They don't care. But what is really happening is I felt unseen before. I felt unseen before, and have been emotionally abandoned before. So guess what my nervous system remembers? When this type of stuff comes up, that, like I said, that intrinsic memory resurfaces. It resurfaces, you guys. Okay? This is real stuff. Okay? So hopefully you guys, hopefully we're gonna get a chance to do some exercises today. Okay? I hope we make our time. We will. Okay? Someone gives you feedback. Okay? Let's talk about that. Someone gives you feedback. Someone tells you, oh, you know what, you could probably improve this, or you could do that. Guess what your nervous system's going to do? Go into complete hurt, defensiveness, shut down. I can't do anything right. Nobody ever likes me. Yeah, that's what it'll do. You'll start to feel that. You'll feel so upset. It might even take you a couple of days to just get back online after incidents like this. Okay. All right. All right. So this is kind of what happened, but the root is the past shame. Maybe your mom and dad or someone or in your life as a young person shamed you excessively, and you survived it barely, but you still have that intrinsic memory of what happened to you. Okay? Or past shame or conditional love. So maybe they were like, I love you, but only if you do things the way I like you to do things, instead of, letting you really grow and be yourself. They were very, controlling as to how you did things. Okay. All right. So I'm only valued if I'm perfect. And you wonder where that perfectionism came in. And you wonder where you start to get into this burnout because you're trying to be perfect all the time. And it takes a lot of work to be perfect. Yeah. This is where you need to be. This is where you need to land flat on your feet right here on Trauma Talks every week at 5 p.m. Okay? Why don't you go ahead, take the time right now, like and subscribe this so that you can you know, your site will just pick this up again and remind you to come on this show at 5 o'clock. You might need that memory, okay? You might need that memory, all right? So let's continue, you guys, all right? So, you felt like, hey, I'm only loved if I'm perfect. That's a lot of work to keep up with. I'm wondering how that's working, okay? So let me give you another example of this, okay? So someone changes their tone, okay? They get a little loud, they get a little direct. Hey, right away, anxiety spikes in your body, okay? You start over analyzing it. Everything just like, oh, what's going on? Yeah, Root, you're absolutely in hypervigilant mode right now. At that moment, you are in absolute hypervigilant mode from this unpredictable environment that you're experiencing. So maybe the person was talking at one tone of voice and their voice tone changed. They're just changing their voice tone. They're not thinking about the fact that they're going to trigger you. Trust me, in most cases. Sometimes they are, but in a lot of cases, they're just being themselves. But because you have that unresolved trauma, that you need to come and check us out over here so you can get help for that. Yeah, That's it. That's what's happening. Okay. So your trigger is not what happened to you, but but it's what you're being reminded of right now. Okay. You're being reminded of what happened to you. Excuse me. I meant to say you're being reminded of that. Okay. So now let's take it a little bit deeper. Okay. All right. We got to go deep into this, you guys. Okay. We cannot play around. This is your life. Okay. That's why I said 26 days, whatever you need to do. Don't play around anymore. Okay? Don't play around. All right? All right. Triggers don't just activate emotions, they activate your identity. Okay. I want to lean into you on this one. Okay. We do deep level work here, identity work. Okay. The work where your identity, guess what? When you go through trauma, her identity, hey, it gets damaged. Okay? Because guess what? In order to survive that trauma, in a lot of cases, yeah, you have to start to, or your identity starts to augment. It starts to make changes. Okay? Guess what? You start to feel like things like it gets activated. So you start to feel things like, I'm not safe. And you might not even say it out loud. But if you ever give yourself a little bit of chance to discern and to hone in on yourself, you're going to realize that, yeah, that's what you feel. Okay? Maybe you feel I'm not important. Those are identities you're taking on. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not safe. Guess what? If you feel like you're not safe, you're constantly scanning for am I safe? You're constantly in hypervigilant mode. Looking, scanning, worrying, don't know if this is really going to be a good situation or if it's going to be a bad situation. Am I safe? Because guess what? Your core identity has been changed by your trauma. You simply don't feel safe. Okay? All right? I'm not enough. I'm not enough. Okay? I have to fix this to feel okay. Who's the fixer? I know I was. Okay? The fixer. You got to fix everything. You're constantly seeing yourself fixing everything. As soon as a problem surfaces in a situation, guess where you are? Right there to fix it. Okay? So these are things where your identity has started to augment, it started to change based on all the things that you've gone through. So let's hone in on here. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Okay. I hope you guys check in with you for a second. Okay. I know this is a lot. Okay. And I hope and pray that you did bring that pen and paper and get you some water like me. Get you some water. You might have to I don't know, coffee's kind of late, 5 o'clock. Get you some juice. That's better. Don't drink no coffee like me. I drink enough for today. 1 cup. No, actually two. So probably why I talk so much. Drink too much coffee. Mm-mm-mm. So you guys, you see what I'm saying? So if you're the fixer, I don't feel bad, okay? Join the crowd. Join it, okay? Because guess what? The fixing behavior happens, okay? This is why the high functioning people struggle the most. They can't get rest. You see that identity shift that happened due to the trauma, okay? All right? Because you look fine on the outside, but inside your nervous system is constantly reacting to everything happening around you. Either I don't feel safe, I don't feel seen, I don't feel loved, I don't feel, yeah, something, okay? I gotta fix stuff. I'm not enough. I need to do more. I need to do more. I need to do more. You're kind of getting where the burnout's coming from. You kind of seeing where it's coming from. Okay. This is why high functioning people struggle. Okay. All right. Because they're looking good on the outside, but on the inside, it's a world of trouble going on, honey. A world of trouble. Okay. So let's tie this to the self sabotage because I really want to bring this message home to you today. I want to make sure you understand and get what I'm saying. So when you don't understand your triggers, which is why we're having this wonderful meeting today at 5 p.m. on Monday nights. Okay, if you don't understand those traumas, you start making your decisions from them. I know people who literally, I'm like, your job is literally a direct correlation to your trauma, and I'm able to show them that, oh, that's why I picked this type of job because this type of job is as horrible as it feels is what I'm comfortable with. because that's what their identity became. So once their identity shift, guess what? They pick a career, a job, or a situation or a relationship out of that trauma. Okay. So when you don't understand your triggers, you end up living your trigger. Okay. And that's probably the most powerful thing I can tell you right now. Okay. So you start making decisions from them. You start overgiving. Been there, done that. You start over explaining. Okay. All right. You start withdrawing. You start ending relationships prematurely. Yes. Okay. You can't just sit in that uncomfortable state. If you feel uncomfortable, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. And you just leave. All right. You're staying in toxic environments constantly. So either you're staying in toxic environments or you're running before you even find out if it's a toxic environment or not. Okay. All right. So it's this real stuff, you guys. All right. So let's continue. Now, let me give you some tools because I don't want to tell you about all the problems in the world without giving you some tools. Okay. So this is where you begin to build the trust and authority here. Okay. For your life. Okay. Start to build that trust back up in. Okay. Definitely, we got to bring the awareness. So instead of asking what's wrong with me, I want you guys to ask, what does this remind me of? So when you start to get those triggers, I want you to say, and write this down, please. Don't forget, write this down. And this is going to be recorded, so you're going to have access to this later. But write this down. What does this remind me of? Okay, what does this remind me of? Okay, all right. So, all right. So let's slow down the nervous system because Miss Crystal is getting way too excited about this topic. I mean, I love this topic because this is a life changing topic. If you could start to see what's going on with you and start to not react to life, but actually live it, it doesn't even matter what you're doing. It doesn't even matter what career you're doing. It doesn't matter what job you have. It doesn't even matter if you have $1 billion. If you can start to live in this knowledge and understanding, uh, whatever you're doing and whoever you're with, you're gonna enjoy yourself because you're gonna be able to not react to life, but actually live it, like I said. So let's pause. Let's do our breathing and let's do our grounding. Let's do self empathy. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Okay, I came out with my new book, Deeper in the Soul Healing, the Advanced Edition. I need to make sure I keep saying that because I want to make sure you go out and get the book. You guys, I want to make sure you go out and get the book. Okay. Don't forget, get that book, okay? All right, it's gonna transform you, okay? All the stuff I'm telling you about, it actually explains exactly how to do this, and you get to understand the underbelly of what I'm doing over here. So you have a prerequisite. I don't want you to just be going on one video after the next. Get the book, okay? It's on Amazon, all right? And I'm gonna leave the link in the bio, okay? So that you understand what's going on and what you need to do, how to get rid of these triggers once and for all. Okay, don't you want to live and be happy? Okay, so you can't heal when you're reacting while you're still activated. You're still activated. Okay, all right. So let's get into some of the self empathy stuff that can help you actually fix this. Okay, we're gonna help you ground it. Okay, so let's do it really slowly. Say it really slowly. Okay, say it slowly. Mm, I'm here for you. I'm ready to listen. Take all the time you need to heal your heart, mind, and soul and neurobiological system from whatever is making you fearful, anxious, whatever feeling you're going through right now. And you can just put any of those names, you can name it for yourself, okay? I'm here for you. I'm ready to listen. Take all the time you need to heal your heart, mind, and soul, neurobiological system from whatever is activating you right now, whatever is activating your nervous system. Now, notice what you're feeling in your body as we say this, as we do this together. Okay? All right? So, this is what's going to separate you from the past. You got to remind your nervous system and bring it into the present. I'm helping you do that. I'm teaching you how to do that. I'm teaching you how to work with your nervous system. You got to learn how to do this work because guess what? No one's going to fix this. You're the only one that's going to fix this. Okay? God is here to help you, but you got to do your part. Okay, so this is not that. This is not happening again. Tell your body, this is not that. This is not happening right now. I am safe right now. I am safe right now. Okay, all right. So your triggers are not your weakness. Keep that in mind. They are your unhealed stories asking for your attention. These are your unhealed stories asking for your attention. Okay. And the goal is not to stop being triggered. That's not the goal. Okay. All right. That's not the goal is not to stop being triggered overnight. The goal is to respond differently when you are triggered. When you are triggered and you're able to respond differently, that's when you know something has shifted. Okay. Your identity is coming back online again. Okay. No hesitation, you guys. All right, no hesitation. If you're tired of reacting, get in that comment section and start telling me what's going on and get that book. That's what you need to do. Don't play around. Okay? All right, if you're tired of reacting, don't let 2026 go and you don't fix this, okay? If you're overthinking, if you're shutting down, if you're feeling emotionally exhausted, okay, this is actually why I created the Be Burnout to Balance program so that you can be able to fix it. It's waiting for you. Just take the step, take the next step, okay? All right. I don't just talk about healing here. I don't just talk about healing. Oh, wow, this happened to you. We don't talk about it. We get the work done, we take care of it. We're not sitting on our bottoms just waiting for life to change for us. We're doing the work so that life starts to shift, so that our identity shift. If you want a life that is prosperous, you have to have a prosperous identity. If your identity is not prosperous, you're not aligned for your breakthrough. You want it, but you're in a line for it. I'm sorry to tell you, honey. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to let you know. But your identity has to be in alignment with what you want your life to truly look like. Okay? What you want your life to truly look like. Okay? So, in order for that to happen, we got to get rid of that old trauma, false identity, and we got to get the new identity that is represents what we truly want to happen in our life. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. So this is real talk here. We've been doing this for a couple of weeks now, and we're not stopping. We're pushing through. I don't care. I told you, this is not easy for me to get online and do this. No, because I have so many things to do. But you are important. Your healing is important. And most importantly, it shouldn't be important to you, first, number one, and it's definitely important to me. Okay? So I don't just talk about healing here. Okay? I walk you through how to actually regulate your nervous system. So if you want more content like this, you need to go ahead, you need to like, you need to subscribe, you need to go ahead and push that button, to remind yourself, the bell or whatever it is, and you need to push it. Don't play, okay? All right. Healing your triggers is one of the most important things you need to do. Honestly, it's so many things that people talk about, but a lot of the times they don't even realize it. They're either choosing a life that causes them to be constantly in a certain type of trauma. They're either choosing that a life for that, or either they're just being triggered and back into that. Okay, you guys. All right. Yeah. So this is serious. This is serious stuff. All right. All right. So we're going to close this out today. All right. I really enjoyed this time with you guys. Okay. All right. So we're not just talking about healing, we're actually giving you the tools to do it. And there's more to come. And there's more that you can get. If you call me, drop a comment. Hey, Miss Crystal, reach out to me or whatever. Okay, message me, whatever you need to do, get it done. Look in my bio. There's phone numbers, there's emails, there's all kinds of contact information for you to get what you need. Okay, so don't play with your life. Okay, all right. So if you're ready for the next level, you guys, if you're ready for the next level of not just like a little bit of healing, no, we're going past just therapy here. Okay, we're going to transformation. Okay, transformation. That's what we're going to. So book a call with me. All right. All right. And let's get this you out of this survival mode once and for all. For the last time. Okay. Let's fix this for the last time. This deep inner soul healing is I say all the time, it's fuego, it's fire. Okay, it's fire. All right, it's so good. All right, it's transformed my life, and I know that it can transform yours. And I can walk you step by step through the process so that you can learn exactly how to implement this in your life. And you don't have to play around with this, okay? So go ahead and drop live in the comment. All right, let me know what you want to do. All right, and let me know. I don't want to deal with these triggers anymore. Put some comments in there. Let me know. All right, push this video out. There's a lot of people who need the help. Push this out. Get this out there, okay? If you notice these patterns, if this is something that you're like, okay, I kind of know what Miss Crystal's talking about. I kind of remember some of this stuff, you know? Even if you don't quite understand everything, just take the step, the first step, okay? All right, if you've ever felt like these type of responses to uh these various topics that I've mentioned today, you know, the fawn response and all of that, fight, flight, or freeze, guess what? Take care of it. All right. And I'll see you guys next Monday at 5 p.m. We're going to do this again and we're going to go deeper and deeper and we're going to fix it. Okay. So I thank you guys for joining me on Trauma Talks and I'll see you next week. Okay. Bye bye. God bless.